77 games. I played 77 games in 2025. I ranked each one. Number 51 might surprise you a little bit. Number 54, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, released for the Nintendo Switch in 2025. This is a game I was really excited about. I pre-ordered it. I played it as soon as it came out. Trails in the Sky did an awesome job world building. It did a great job with the lore. The characters were really interesting and memorable, especially the two main characters, the step siblings, Estelle and Joshua. There was a lot of uncomfortable sexual tension between the two characters. This isn't something I'm making up. It's not something I'm like exaggerating. In all honesty, they had this like very creepy, very weird vibe between the two of them that honestly made me a little bit uncomfortable, but it was there, and I guess since that was the goal of the developers, they did a good job with it. The music was pretty good and memorable. The combat was fun. The progression was interesting and enjoyable, although the difficulty was pretty low, and it didn't really matter that much how well I built my characters until I got to the end, and in the last boss fight against Reverie, I ended up really struggling because I really had to learn the intricacies and all the subtleties of the battle system, and I didn't know them. I didn't really need to know them going through the game, but the whole rest of the game was extremely easy. This game does have some problems, though. I found that there was way too much dialogue, and the game moved much too slowly for me, at least. There was a 10-hour stream that I did of this game where 9 hours was just dialogue, almost no gameplay at all. I didn't really like that too much. Is this an Endara Gaming do play? I would say that it is, but only if you're a big fan of JRPGs. This is the first game in the Massive Trail series, so yeah, if you like JRPGs, go and play it, but if you don't, then don't. Number 53, Jaws, released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987. This is a game that I played at my neighbor's house so much as a kid. I understand that it's not a good game, but it's a game that I enjoy. It hits me with nostalgia. I do enjoy the game loop of this title. Essentially, you're just aimlessly operating your boat, going back and forth. You're constantly getting forced into random battles, very similar to like an RPG game. Then you're in this scuba diving mode where you just kill fish and collect shells, which you turn in at certain docks to like level up your attack power. And once you get your attack power high enough, you can take out Jaws. And then you have to do this mini game, kind of akin to Jaws 4, where you have to spear through Jaws with your boat. The enemy and level variety is very limited here, and the gameplay is kind of boring. There's some mini games here and there to kind of liven things up, and you can even get a submarine, but there's very limited variety. Jaws himself is not exciting. Honestly, this game reminds me a lot of another LJN game, as this is one of the classic licensed LJN games that the AVGN always talked about how terrible they were. But it reminds me a lot of the Friday the 13th game, which has kind of a similar game loop. There's no RPG elements to that game, but it's kind of similar where you keep encountering Jason, you've got to fight him, and you've got to kill him, and it just reminds me of that game quite a bit. I think this game does have a lot of freedom, and I like the fact that the final boss of the game can be encountered as early as right at the beginning. And I guess technically if you're good enough, you can kind of beat him right away, although you really don't have the damage output to do that. I just like this game. I know it's bad. I enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I just have so much nostalgia for it. I would say if you have nostalgia for it, I think this game is still fun. But if you have no nostalgia for this title, you've never played it before, maybe if you're a little bit of a younger gamer and you're looking for some NES gems to play, I would stay away from this one. There really isn't enough here for a new player to enjoy.